Good afternoon, everyone. How's it going? Ugh, back again. More 100 line today, more steady fundamentals. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot to. Alright, let's get this booted up. Because we're starting with free time today, I believe, right? Yeah, day 44, yeah. Oh, we might just have free time all day today, I think, right? In that case, I did prime both Dotomy and Eva to rank up, so let's do those. I think I'm out of materials for some stuff, right? Getting real low on some stuff. Maybe I should have just explored today.
How do you know? My parents are good-for-nothing loafers, so I have to earn my own living.
Oh, wow.
Doing what? I don't feel like talking about it. Just makes me remember how gross some clients can be.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, get your mind out of the gutter. It's not as bad as you think. Just a little bit. Somewhat. Sometimes I have to put on glitter makeup for work, and it's like, yikes! That's why I do my makeup the way I like it on normal days, and wear the clothes I like. I can't get into the right mood otherwise. Just trying to live life is already tough enough. What, do you think I look like a clown? I'm not offended. You think what you want, and I dress how I like. Besides, everyone needs a clown in their life to make them feel better. Even someone like me has a place in the world.
Jesus, Dotomy, that's horrible. Off to a great start today, learning about Dotomy's depressing life. Jesus. Alright, let's go talk to Eva, I guess. This isn't going to be much better, I can tell. Alright, I have no stuff. I have the wind chime stuff. Tomorrow we go out exploring.
I am not worthy of... Is there anything you would like me to do? I only wish to serve. I can help with any task you may want to complete. I've helped Miss Kawana with her machines before. It surprised me that I could do what she asked. Perhaps it was just muscle memory. I have also been helping some of the others out when they asked for it. Sometimes after dark. Who did I help? I'm sorry, but I cannot say. I was ordered to keep it a secret.
That's suspicious.
I'm just glad to be useful. As your possession, it is only right that everyone makes use of me.
Kind of wondering what that second part was about, but alright. The sunset and the scenery turned dark and dusky. A similar phenomenon was happening in my chest. I couldn't stop thinking about the loop. Was there really a way out of it? As I was mulling it over, I realized I wasn't alone. Oh, Hiroko? Oh, Eva. Eva, did you need something? There's something I wish to report to you. Mr. Semino, you said you were looking for a book called Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis, correct?
Huh?
Yeah, I did. What about it? I think I may have figured it out. Where that book is, I mean. What? I was just talking to Mr. Ginzaki, and somehow we ended up on the subject of Mr. Outsky. Wait a minute. Eito has been locked up in that room ever since day 9. Pardon my asking this, but is he doing alright? How is his emotional well-being? I give him meals regularly. He always seems the same as ever. He's actually pretty fond of that place. He told me it's quiet and relaxing. He even said it's perfect for reading. For reading? Yes, I bring him books with his meals. He asked me for something to read, so I just grabbed a few from the library. So it was in the library, but Shoma grabbed it first. If I might ask, was there a book titled Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis in your selection? Yes, there was. I remember it because of that weird, complicated title. Why do you want to know? Eva, thank you! I give her my short and sweet thanks before sprinting outside. Oh boy. I don't think he does. Hiroko, come with me! What is it? I know where the book is! We thundered down the stairs, through the halls, and into the capsule room. Well, let me guess. You finally figured it out? Where'd you put that book? I've got it right here. Eito pulled the book out of his jacket. I ripped it out of his clutches. I looked over the cover. There it was, the title I'd wanted to see for so long. Reflections on Imprecatory Metempsychosis. Unfortunately... What the... All of the pages are ripped out. What happened to them? Do you know anything about goats? I've been told more than once that I look like one. Motherfucker, did you eat the book? Don't tell me. That's right, I ate them. This motherfucker ate the book. Of course. Oh, he just got hungry. He ate the fucking pages of the book. You gave me so little food. I was so hungry, I just couldn't help myself. Hiroko and I searched the room from top to bottom. We even frisked Eito just in case he was hiding anything on him. But there wasn't so much as a single page. Not a single paragraph of the book remaining. Did you read it? You did, didn't you? Why do you think I asked if you had finally figured it out? There was information relevant to our situation in there. You knew we'd show up for it eventually. Isn't that right? That's not all. I gave you a hint on day 36 as well. I happen to be aware of some valuable intel that you might be interested in. So there was information about the time loop in that book. Eito, tell us everything. What exactly was written in it? Have your hippocampi rotted away? I said I wouldn't tell you anything until you apologized to me. And not just Takumi. I'm including you too now, Hiroko. That's called joint liability. Why don't you two get on your knees, put your foreheads to the ground, and lick the floor while you grovel? We're so sorry, Eito. You don't deserve this. Then maybe, just maybe... Hey! There's no way we're doing any of that! Well, then I guess we're done here. You're going to have to repeat these same pointless 100 days forever and ever. 100 years, 1,000 years, it doesn't matter. It'll just keep going for all of eternity. Well, maybe that's not so bad in its own way. It's the same as being immortal in a sense. On second thought, I'm actually a little jealous of you. So envious that I might have to sleep it off for a while. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Sleep tight, you two. Huh. That's not a horrible idea. It was still before dawn. Hiroko and I had come to the lab for the first time in a long while. Okay, I'm all done configuring the machine. Everything's ready. Now we just have to wait for 5 a.m. And the QB liquid. Got it right here. I asked Tsubasa to give me a little extra. By the way, what do we do about Eito? We're gonna force him to tell us what he knows somehow? That would be a waste of time. Torture doesn't work on his type.
Huh?
Then what do we do? Hiroko rapped her knuckles against her brow as she answered. Well, let's think on it. We still have time. And right now, we need to focus on the leap at hand.
Huh?
Our goal isn't anything too complicated this time. We just have to get the QB liquid to Tsubasa in the hunt timeline. But it's possible somebody might slip and crack his head somewhere along the line, isn't it? The next time the blood space waves will surge is day 50. There's a battle on day 47, so we can't afford to linger under any circumstances. Don't worry, I won't screw up like that again.
Oh.
Then go ahead and work your magic. 5 a.m. on the dot. Clad in our leap suits, we slammed the red button and jumped into the platform. Alright, let's go. It's light out. The morning announcement hasn't played yet, but someone might wake up early and come over here. Let's proceed with caution. Don't make a sound. Got it. First, we head for Takumi 4's room.
Huh?
Shouldn't we go straight to Tsubasa? Looking like this? When she wakes up and screams in our faces, then what? Why do we need to go to Takumi 4's room? I need you to become Takumi 4 again. Then you can give the QB liquid to Tsubasa and explain how you got it.
Huh?
Explain it how? Just make something up. But if Takumi 4 wakes up while you're at it, we'll have a mess on our hands. That's why you get us to date him again. Yeah. We quietly infiltrated Takumi 4's room. He was still sleeping. Hiroko sidled up to him and with reckless amount of force, stabbed him with a hypodermic needle. Yeah.
Can't you be a little gentler when you do that? Even if he's from another timeline, he's still me.
I know. And that's why I did it like that. More importantly, change clothes and get to Tsubasa. I'll take your suit and head for the capsule room.
What do we do about him?
We leave him here and go. The anesthetic I used is more powerful than the one from last time. He'll be out for a whole day. We've got nothing to worry about.
We stepped out of Takumi 4's room. I gave my leap suit to Hiroko, who wished me luck and vanished inside the school. I watched her leave before I headed to Tsubasa's room. I rang the doorbell and Tsubasa opened the door, sleepily rubbing her eyelids. What is it? It's so early. Sorry, but I have something to give you. I pulled the QB liquid out of my pocket and handed it to Tsubasa. No way! This is QB liquid! But how? Where did you get this? I snuck out to do some extra exploring last night and found it then. Where? Oh, jeez. Where was it again? It was so dark I couldn't really see. Well, whatever. What matters is that we can use this to get rid of the particle bacteria. Thank you, Takumi. You're seriously the best. What a relief. Now all of you can leave this place on day 102. Huh? What do you mean all of you? Aren't you going to get in the pod with us? Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I was going to blow the lid off the whole operation if I kept talking. There's only one way out. Well, good luck with everything. I turned and tried to leave Tsubasa behind, but... Wait, aren't you going to help? I have an errand I need to deal with. You can ask the others, though, right? Wow, heartless much? I'm kind of offended. Maybe I'll just disable the shower and toilet in your room. Tsubasa started marching over to my room. I panicked and tried to stop her. Wait! We had until 11 a.m. to leap back to our timeline. It was only 6:30 a.m. now, so I still had time. Fine, you win. I'll help you. Great, then let's get right to it. Finally done. That should have wiped out the particle bacteria. Thanks, Takumi. You really saved us. I scratched the tip of my nose. This hangar was the only place affected by the bacteria, right? Yeah, for now. just to be sure, I'll spray it all around the school later. I can use the replicator in the biolab to increase our stock of QB liquid.
How about the escape pod repairs?
I'll just have to give it a shot. Looks like it's going to be a serious task, though. When I was spraying the liquid just now, I got inside the pod from a gap in the corroded external wall. From there, I saw that the control system is a mess. I'll need to replace everything, including the circuit board.
I don't really know anything about that stuff, but it sounds like a lot of work.
But there was one good thing. If we replace the control system circuit board, we'll be able to manually deploy the pod from the war room.
From the war room? Manually?
Yeah,
So we can escape the school without waiting for day 100!
exactly. But it's going to take at least 50 days to fully repair it, even if I work at top speed. So I'd be done by day 95 at the earliest. That barely changes anything.
Can't the others help you out with some of it?
There's plenty they could do, but I can't really ask them for help right now. We're smack dab in the middle of the invader hunt, after all.
Huh?
I can hardly ask the members we're up against, you know?
Hold on. I thought the invader hunt was over.
Huh? What are you saying? It got back on track a while back. Ever since the real sponsor showed up on day 33.
What? The sponsor is still alive? Yeah, Tsubasa said the one that got killed on day 31 was a spare. Then Kako G's still out there. Right. Which means she's likely hiding somewhere inside the school. If I was looking for a place to hide in the school without being found. Our eyes met. Underground. The hidden room.
We descended the stairs to the basement, just as we suspected someone was there. But it wasn't who we were expecting.
Yeah, that does track. Eito! What are you doing here?
Eito stared at Hiroko in her leap suit and nodded as if something had just clicked for him. I see. You must be Hiroko. I recognize the voice. Identifying people by their voice rather than their appearance is something of a forte of mine. The leap suits had voice changers, but Hiroko's was turned off at that point. Because everyone looks like hideous monsters to you. Oh, you know about that. I can't say I'm surprised. Those suits tell me you have experience jumping to other timelines. And, Hiroko, you don't belong to this timeline, do you? The Hiroko from this timeline is already dead. You're here from some other timeline. That's where you learned about my secret. The same probably goes for you, Takumi. Hiroko being alive and well doesn't seem to bother you at all. Which means, the two of you jumped from the same timeline, didn't you?
So what if we did?
I was just thinking out loud. After all, you're the same as us. You don't belong to this timeline either. The Eito in this timeline had his cryptoglobe absorbed by Takumi on day 2. How despicably cruel. Even if this isn't my timeline, that's hard to forgive.
You must be from the Box of Calamity timeline. You jumped from it on day 36, didn't you?
Box of Calamity? Is that what you're calling it? You're probably right. I imagine this is the timeline I came from. I escaped the school, wandered the streets, and by chance stumbled on some sort of laboratory. I decided to tinker with the machinery there, and before I knew it, I was here.
There's no way that happened just by chance.
Oh, but it did. It's not surprising, considering my specialist skill. Special fortune telling. Eito nodded slowly.
Fine, we'll say it was a coincidence. Let me ask you something. Are you the sponsor of the invader hunt?
No matter the timeline, you're still just as dense. The invader hunt started on day 26. How can I sponsor the game when I only arrived here on day 36? Then the real sponsor must be... Kako G. Oh, do you two know who it is? Not answering, Well, so be it. I'm not interested in the sponsor anyway. Then what are you doing here?
Why are you here?
I wanted to read. Read?
Why would you do that?
You don't know why someone would read? You're terminally stupid, I fear. I read to satisfy my intellectual hunger. There's so much I want to know. About humanity, about space, about the laws of physics that govern it all, and of course, about the mystery behind my own existence. You two are completely unrelated to my timeline, so allow me to confess in full. Deep down, I wanted to see people the way you see them, purely as a matter of intellectual curiosity. So I started reading all kinds of books to find a way to make it happen. Unfortunately, it seems there really is some kind of glitch in my brain. So long as I have that, I won't be able to perceive people the way you do. Sad, isn't it? Shall we cry about it together? All I want is to be friends. Do you know anything about how to get this glitch out of my brain? If you do, I think I could be your comrade again in the truest sense of the word. I suppose there was no point in asking. You don't believe me, do you? I'll just have to disappear, I suppose.
Huh?
Disappear? Don't tell me. Exactly. See you around. The very next second, Ato pulled something out of his pocket. He threw it straight at us. Instantly, the object exploded. Just fucking flashbanged us and ran away. I didn't have time to close my eyes or plug my ears. Stun grenade! I murmured my brief realization before losing consciousness.
Get ready for prepared. Be ready to give your lot.
Please tell me we made it back. I guess not.
You certainly sleep hard. Maybe it's an after effect of leap damage.
Oh, did she jump with us not in a suit?
This is my room, right? Are we back in steady fundamental?
Of course. And who do you think you have to thank for that?
Don't tell me. Again.
I seriously considered just abandoning you this time. But I knew I'd miss having an errand boy. So I carried you back.
Was it a stun grenade that went off? Were you alright?
I was wearing my leap suit, so I took almost no damage.
I sat up and got out of bed. What happened after that?
Oh.
After the light subsided, Ato 3 was gone. 3?
Tuh.
He was the Ato from the Box of Calamity timeline. The versions of us in that timeline are Hiroko 3 and Takumi 3, right? I figured the same could apply to him. I see. So Ato 3 got away. I tried to chase him, but you were already incontinent and laid out. Don't you mean inanimate? We were also running out of time to make the leap, so I had to give up on Ato 3. Hiroko sighed deeply. We have to do something. Kako G is in that timeline too. That's true, but let's set it aside for a moment. There's someone I want to introduce you to first.
Huh?
Huh? Who?
Huh?
This is the infirmary. That chair. It's the Dolmenic Cognitive Reconstruction Therapy device. The new and improved version.
Huh?
So who did you want to introduce me to? We're ready for you. Come on out. At Hiroko's words, someone stepped out from inside the Revive-O-Matic. What? Ato! I instinctively balled up my fists and squared up. It's okay. He's on our side now. On our side?
Tuh.
Just to be absolutely clear, this is this timeline's Ato. In other words, Ato 1. You let him out of the capsule room? Yes. Why? Don't be so alarmed, Takumi. I've been completely reborn. Let me guess, that glitch in his brain? I didn't understand. I looked to Hiroko for an explanation. Do you remember what Ato 3 said in the Hunt timeline? Yeah.
Oh.
That gave me an idea. The Cerebral Glitch Repair Program. Exactly. But I figured that wouldn't be enough to get rid of the bone-deep contempt he had for humanity.
Huh?
So use that Dominic thing?
Oh.
Yes, with Sirei Nigo's permission, of course. Originally, this machine couldn't be used on Special Defense Unit members. But thanks to my improvement on its design, I was able to use it on Ato. Wait, it couldn't?
Wasn't Sirai altering memories too? Thanks to Hiroko, I'm as you see me now. Well, I suppose I don't look any different, but my mind feels like it's been thoroughly cleansed. And what do we look like to you? How can I explain it? To start with, Hiroko looks like an intellectual, refined woman of great beauty. And on the other hand, Takumi, you look like a half-rotted cherry tomato that's been left in the back of the refrigerator for too long. He's still glitched. That was a joke. In truth, you're a beautiful young man with a dignified face full of courage and passion. Oh, maybe I've said too much. Eito just flirting with everyone now. At any rate, appearance is something that can only be described subjectively. What I see and what you see are not necessarily the same. But at the very least, I no longer have the physiological aversion to your appearance that I used to. To put it simply, in my eyes, you all look truly beautiful. There's your explanation. You really don't feel hatred for us or the rest of humanity now. That's right. So we can trust you now. I swear you can. On my life. Then tell us about the book. What did you read in it? Exactly what you'd expect. It covers the history and examples of the time loop phenomenon, as well as some scientific considerations. We want to know how to get out of the time loop. Was there anything about that? There was. You jumped into the past from day 100 to day 2, right? The loop was triggered by that first trip back in time. Once force is applied to an object, it will continue to move at the same speed until additional external force is applied. That's the law of inertia. Without friction or resistance, a spinning top will continue to spin forever. A pendulum continues to swing from side to side. A weighted spring continues to move up and down. That's exactly what your situation is like. Enough explaining, get to a conclusion. How do we break out of the loop? The best way to explain it is the example of the spring. You two are the weight on the spring. Time moves down from day 2 to day 100. But it can't progress any further. The restoring force of the spring brings it back to day 2. So how do we cut loose from the spring? Do we increase the weight? Precisely. But how do we do that? Hey, let me get straight to the point. It all comes down to the lives of the Special Defense Unit. Their lives. Indeed. The weight here is the weight of life itself. In short, if all of the Special Defense Unit members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop. Okay. So we just gotta do what we wanted to do and make sure everyone survives until day 100. Hiroko and I were silent. 3 seconds later, I shouted out loud. Yes! We can finally break free of the time loop! We just have to keep everyone in this timeline alive. That's no problem at all. Everyone's survival is one of my goals anyway. Even without this information, we were going to protect everyone anyway. Well, we have a definite objective now, so I'm grateful for that. Our friend's survival is directly linked to our escape from the loop. The situation just got much simpler. I looked right into Eito's eyes as I spoke. Thank you, Eito. I'm going to trust you. For now. For now? Well, that's good enough, I guess. It's hard to regain lost trust. I'll do everything I can to support you until you can trust me unconditionally. Alright, welcome back to the team, Eito. Day 46 ended in excitement. Or rather, it didn't. Tomorrow, day 47, we'd face another defensive battle. Hiroko and I had something we needed to do before that. And that something was... something we will find out before the fight, I assume. Everyone gathered in the war room before the morning announcement played. Just checking one last time. We really gonna let that whack job Eito fight with us? We spent 3 hours going over this last night. We heard your arguments against it, but in the end, you all agreed to this. Well, you two sounded so confident. You were so passionate, it was like you were spitting fire. It just felt right to trust you. If a gutter dweller like me is permitted to say so, Eito does seem different from before somehow.
That's right, his aura before was poopy brown. Now it's a shining poppy red. Thank you. Although I'm not quite sure if that was a compliment. Besides, you heard what Sirai said. Right, if Eito does anything even a little threatening, he'll detonate the bomb inside of him.
Oh, did I say that?
You did, sir.
Oh, sure, I'll take your word for it. I was so sleepy then, I don't really remember. For the love of murder, are you feeling okay?
Like I said last night, I'll follow our captain's lead. I agree. As do I. I personally am quite opposed.
Huh?
Introducing a new character now will just take attention away from me.
Eva.
I want everyone's praise and adoration. I want everyone to fawn over me. I'll toss you a frisbee later. Then I'm on board.
Karara, can you stop training her like a fucking dog?
Thank you, everyone. Eva's right. I am like a new character on the battlefield. But I'll give it my all to fight for you. Then maybe you'll fawn over me after the battle.
Eito flashed a carefree smile. It was infectious. Soon all of us were smiling.
Aha!
Well then, the enemy will be here any moment now, so... Nigo, if you will.
Got it. I'll cue the music.
Ah,
What's with this freaky old Enka song? It's a folk song, right? I kinda like it.
we went over the reason for the song choice already, so no need to talk about that again.
Oh.
2 commanders will attack this time. Turum Tommy and New Gank. The former manipulates sound waves. She'll try to pull us into a hallucination by playing frequencies inaudible to human ears. To prevent that, we have to play a particular piece of music that include waveforms and antiphase to hers. That's the folk song you're hearing now. By playing this song in advance, the enemy's sound waves will be cancelled out, which means no hallucinations.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Sirai?
Perfect recap, Shizahara. Couldn't have said it better myself.
As we discussed our strategy, you know, I'm just thinking too, this is going to be the first time we actually see everyone transform at the same time.
The hell? Ain't they kinda early?
I thought you said the enemy would attack after the morning announcement.
That is weird. Well, we're well past wake-up time now.
Could it have something to do with how we redirected the entire announcement system to play the song?
In that case, we might be in trouble.
Trouble? How?
If the morning announcement didn't play,
There might be something wrong with the intruder alert, too.
oh god damn it. How the hell did this happen? I knew it.
What do we do? The enemy's already breached the wall. We need to do something quick. Takumi.
Got it. I nodded firmly. Everybody, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out! It's good to see everyone here. And I'm still gonna skip some of these battles, but I am still happy to see everyone. Like I said, we'll just do Zenta, Dalsha, and Veshnes. I think now we just get 4 people on each side, right?
Nice! Now you won't have to worry about those auditory attacks.
I'll just turn off the music.
Well then, everyone, the rest is up to you.
Wallop those nasty invaders!
Hey Baraka, how's it going?
I was too late. You must have suffered so poor thing. Oh, I wish I could do it all over again. Once again, from the beginning. Every time I step onto the battlefield, I am filled with nothing but the deepest regret.
Just when I thought we'd finally put that first one in her place!
That must be the time reversal we heard so much about.
C-Ray and Nigo warned us about this, but it's even more a pain than I could have guessed. We'd best save ourselves some trouble and take out that new gang first.
If we don't, this battle will never end.
All right, everyone. Let's show these guys what we can do and end them!
This is my specialty! A show especially for you!
Everyone, this is horrible. The school is...
It's okay, keep it together. C-Ray told us about this trick too.
Right. It's just an illusion. Once we beat Tur and Tammy, it should go back to normal.
Isn't it against the rules for them to tag team us like this? Shoma was right. We need to deal with Mew Gang first.
Okay, here goes.
Oh wow, it's like all wow. It's just all like special enemies. What the fuck? Damn. There's maybe like what, 3 or 4 Darumars in there in total? The battle was over. With Tur and Tommy defeated, we could see the school as it really was again. But her relief was short-lived. Guessing Veshness.
Where's Tur and Tammy?
Mew Gang's gone too!
They just ran off together.
Oh, they ran away.
They were holding each other for support. Why didn't you say anything? Well, they looked so sad, hobbling off like that.
That was enough for me. I had a good idea what the twins were thinking. They could probably see themselves in those two commanders as they helped one another.
Well, whatever. I don't feel like chasing after them to finish them off.
They were so completely covered in wounds. Their organs and bones will be in tatters by now. I doubt they'll show up here again.
Then is it time for the usual?
Oh, right. I totally forgot that was the whole gimmick of that fight. You're right.
I think
I thought the difficulty was just increasing a bit. Oh, silly me. Oh, hey, Deadpool.
All right. Ready? And go!
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated! Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit, fight on!
Everybody's voices resounded loudly. The moment there was silence, Nozomi spoke.
That's not fair, Takumi! I'm the one who usually leads the chants! But Sir Takumi is our leader.
He probably should have been the one saying it the whole time.
Fine. I'll let you do it from now on. But a little advice? You have to do the ready and go! Like you really mean it.
Nozomi.
Put some spirit into it.
such detail.
I didn't know she put so much thought into it.
Everyone giggled as they looked at Nozomi. She blinked innocently a few times.
By the way, when does the fawning I was hoping for start?
Ada, shut the fuck up.
Mr. Aotsuki, did you really contribute to the battle that much?
Come on, I definitely did. Didn't you see?
Well, you'll just have to wait.
Our next defensive battle is in 10 days. So I suggest you start training for that.
Now that's unfair.
We watched Ato slump his shoulders in disappointment and everyone burst into laughter. Ato is truly one of us now. There's no way he'd betray us again. The bashful but bright smile on Ato's face is more than genuine enough to convince me of that. Aww. This is going to be really cute now. I like this a lot. Ah, the memories. Okay, so the memories of the Killing Game timeline came back. Ooh. I bolted upright and looked around me. This is my room. My body was freezing. A cold sweat soaked every inch of me. Was that a dream? No, that wasn't it. I'd experienced something like this many times before. This must be the same kind of thing, which meant it's something that happened in another timeline. I headed over to see Hiroko and gave her the rundown of what I just remembered. She nodded in silence and led me to our usual spot.
Oh.
Actually, I had a vision of the same events just before I woke up. Well, I don't know that this route is doomed for certain. But that's not possible. What I just saw was from the Hunt timeline. We didn't see that ending, though. We saw the good ending. We lost you on day 30 of that timeline. So there's no way you'd know what happened after that. Oh, didn't repeat. Say what you will, but I saw what I saw.
Oh.
I do get the feeling it wasn't something I saw firsthand, though. It felt more like something I had heard from somebody else was playing out inside my head.
Oh.
Maybe I jumped to day 100 of the Hunt timeline somewhere along the way. Then someone told me what happened in that timeline. And after that, my consciousness jumped back to day 2, and I lost the memory. And you just regained it now. That's one possible explanation, anyway. As usual, we continue our discussion after changing locations. What's more important are the specifics of what we just saw. Yeah. First of all, Kakuji is going to self-destruct soon. But her death won't stop the invader hunt because Ato 3 will take her place as the game's sponsor. We'll have more casualties, and finally on day 93,
the survivors will launch a last-ditch attack against Veshness, and all of them will die.
I wish we could help them. Do you think there's anything we can do? Let's give it some thought. We still have 2 days until we can leap again. I parted ways with Hiroko, headed for the cafeteria, and gobbled down some toast before going back to my room.
Huh?
Okay, much as I'm worried about the hunt timeline, I still have things to get done in this one. Alright, since we need some materials, let's do some material hunting. I'll just do quick expedition again. Hey, everyone's here. Except for Tsubasa.
Move out!
Ooh, that's a good amount of stuff. Again, mostly textiles that I don't need. At night, we got a report just after dinner. Tsubasa had finished repairing the school bus. The moment we heard the news, we made our way to the parking lot. There we saw... Wow, Tsubasa, this is amazing! You got the wheels back in perfect shape! Actually, isn't it even shinier than it was before? A girl could get jealous. What moisturizer do I need to use for that kind of dewy sheen? Frankly, I'm stunned. You completely killed it. Oh, this was nothing. And perhaps you'd be willing to fix a rotten heap of junk like myself? I think that's above my pay grade. Kyoshika, stop salivating over the muffler, you deviant. I swear I wasn't looking. I tinkered with the engine while I was at it, so I think it'll go faster than before. Awesome, let's test it out by turning Gaku into Fender Ketchup. What? Why me? Oh, I am jealous. I want to be praised too. Me too. Oh yeah, I forgot that. So Konaka did a Q&A online and revealed to everyone that Eito does indeed have a praise kink. So yeah, that's something I think we're gonna have to be dealing with in this timeline. Oh, Eito. This must have been so much work, Kawana. Thank you for all your efforts. I'll give you a collectible superhero eraser as a reward. I can't really see myself needing that. Thank you, Tsubasa. You're a lifesaver. Oh, come on, guys. Good work deserves to be praised. I'd like to offer you my thanks as well. You too, Hiroko. You're making me blush. We continued to shower praise on Tsubasa until late. All that time, laughter echoed non-stop throughout the parking lot. Yep. You heard what I said.
Get ready for your prepare. Just be ready to give your life.
I finished breakfast and returned to my room. It's what she deserves. In every single timeline, Tsubasa can never do any wrong. She deserves to be praised all the time.
Move out! Huh? What do you mean we can't jump to the hunt timeline?
Wait, is it locked?
Oh.
You didn't see me around the school during the day, did you? That's because I was in the lab doing maintenance on the PLM.
Oh.
While I was doing that, I realized someone locked the machine in the hunt timeline. Eito. Yeah, Eito 3 probably locked the machine so we couldn't come back. Don't tell me Eito 3! It's highly likely. We're the only ones who know he's there. It would be a problem for him if we showed up again. So he stopped us from going back to that timeline. Probably. I can't say for sure when he did it. But it must have been between day 45 when he first saw us and today, day 49.
Oh.
Whenever it was, the lock will only be removed after 50 days have passed. That means day 95 at the earliest. And everyone in that timeline gets wiped out on day 93. In other words, we won't make it. Yes, unfortunately. We sat there stunned for a while. They might not have been from our timeline, but all of our friends were going to die. I'd spoken to the versions of them in that timeline. I'd spent an especially long time with Tsubasa. Those memories came rushing back. In my mind, I saw her bubbly smile. How much longer would she be able to smile like that? I clenched my fists tightly, infuriated at my inability to help her. Oh. I understand how you feel. But what's most important is that we protect everyone in this timeline.
In short, if all of the Special Defense Unit members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this only because it's our way out of the time loop. I know. Our priorities are still the same. We have to make it to 10 a.m. on day 100. All of us alive and happy. Right. Let's focus on what we can do to make that happen. It's not that complicated, is it? We just have to keep winning our defensive battles. All the way to day 100.
Huh?
Yeah. Are you saying there's some other way? Hiroko's gaze slowly shifted up.
If we went up there, we wouldn't have to fight.
The artificial satellite?
Wouldn't that be safer? It would boost our chances of survival, much more than staying here.
But how will we get there?
Huh?
The escape pod won't activate until day 100. I'm aware of that. We can't go flying into the vacuum of space if we rip the door off either. We can forget about the pod. How then? We can try calling for rescue. Huh? We'll use the distress signal transmitter. The maximum cargo of the rescue craft is 2 tons. More than enough for all 16 of us. What? Didn't we go over this before? We need to input 9 out of 10 liver mortis codes from Team 1 to boot that machine. And those codes only show up when a unit member is truly dead. So that would mean at least 9 deaths. Wait, hold on. Are you suggesting what I think you are? I think so.
Of course. Nobody has to actually die. We can just get the codes from other timelines.
It's a good idea, but it's not the most pleasant means of getting things done. It would mean we'd be using the deaths of our friends in other timelines for the sake of our own survival. That's true. But we wouldn't be killing anyone or allowing them to be killed either. We go after versions of them that were already dead. Just looking at the backs of those we never could have done anything for. I'm sure they'd forgive us. Yeah, I sure hope so. Think about it, Takumi. This would be for the sake of saving everyone in this timeline. Yeah, I get that. Alright, whose liver mortis codes do we need? I already saw 5 of them in the mystery timeline. Let's review them first. Tsubasa. Her liver mortis code was 2, right? I sifted through my memories of the mystery timeline and gave her a firm nod. The other 4 were in Kakoji's scrapbook. Eito's was 8, Gaku's was 0, Kako's 9, and Shoma's was 3. Where does that leave us? There's 5 people left from Team 1. Darumi, Ima, Takimaru, myself, and me. Anyway, we need to find just 4 of those liver mortis codes. Then we can activate the distress signal transmitter, and the 16 of us can get onto the rescue craft.
Once that's done, we'll all go to the artificial satellite together.
So that's our goal, huh? Are there any timelines where 4 of them are dead right now? I don't think so. There isn't even one where 2 or 3 of them are dead. I guess we'll just have to check different timelines one by one. Indeed. We should probably go and find Darumi's liver mortis code tomorrow. You remember, don't you? She's killed in the battle against Veshness in some timelines.
Right. We'll jump to the coming of age timeline, which branches off from that event. Coming of age timeline? You don't remember it, so I doubt there's any point in explaining. It's a timeline that plays out like some kind of teen drama, like, wow, the teenage dream, you know what I mean? I had no idea what she was trying to tell me. Hiroko stared into the distance, eyes narrowed with a kind of wistful yearning. Well, it's not where she got run through. I think they said it was kind of like near the like below the shoulder, I think. So, I mean, she got stabbed in like the stomach, so should be fine. Alright, it's around where the heart is. It's like right behind the heart. So yeah, that's higher up than she got stabbed. We should head back soon. You know we can leap tomorrow, right?
Huh?
Yeah, I just checked the device. Our window's between 7:30 and 11:10 p.m. I'll head to the lab in the morning. I still have some maintenance to finish. You'll come to the lab alone by 7 o'clock. Or else. She left before I could respond, as usual. Left on my own, I casually glanced up at the sky and saw the satellite. I might be able to get there before long. All we needed was 4 more liver mortis codes. As I thought about that, I found it hard to calm the thumping in my chest. I stretched my hand toward the satellite and clasped my fingers into my palm, as if I could somehow catch it in my grasp.
Troops, get ready.
I'm honestly really excited to see what Kodaka is planning on doing for the DLC. Okay, does everyone have one now?
Everyone except Miss Shizuhara.
Oh, that's fine. She wanted to explore early this morning. I gave her hers before she left. Just a lame medal. I think I might be allergic to this cheap metal plating.
When was recycling day again? You can't throw them out.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice that you've just been bestowed medals of great honor. Honor my ass.
Hey everyone, why don't we have a party tonight? A party? Yes, to celebrate the halfway point. Now you're speaking my language, bro. I'm up for that. Me too.
Count me in. One after another, everyone expressed their approval of the idea.
Well, Takumi?
I was unsure how to respond. I wouldn't be there that night. I had to jump to that coming-of-age timeline, but I couldn't come out and say that, so... Yeah, of course. I'll let Hiroko know about it, too.
That settles it. Tonight we'll have a halfway to 100 party.
Sounds good, but the name's kind of mid, ain't it?
Then how about we call it a hump day party? I am picking up what you're putting down, Miss Amamiya.
No. Don't pick that up, Ava.
That does sound kind of fun. Sure, why not? Sire Nigo, you don't mind, do you?
Yum, yum, yum.
Well, the next defensive battle is on day 57, so... Okay, I'll grant you special permission.
But no freaking, no grinding, and no throwing it back.
Thanks, Nigo.
Yeah, Kyoshika, maybe don't bring your sword to this one. I would never freak or grind with the holy Jumanji sword.
You sure about that? We spent the morning and afternoon preparing for the party. I knew I wasn't going to be able to participate, but I was also in no place to refuse, so I helped out too. As the day wore on, the sun sank steadily west in the sky. It was 5:40 p.m. I still had some time until I had to meet Hiroko, but I didn't want to get yelled at for being late, so I decided to leave the school and head to the lab early. That would be interesting. I stepped into the entrance hall. Siri and Nigo were there. almost as if they'd been waiting for me. Another late night with Shizahara, huh, Samino?
You know the rules about relationships between students. No heavy petting.
That's not what's going on. We'll be back before the day is over, so there shouldn't be a problem. What about the hump day party?
You're not going to attend?
No, sorry. Do me a favor and come up with an excuse for me? You're a real loose cannon, pal. Although I admit you're the one keeping our operation running smoothly.
We've yet to experience a single fatality, and you even managed to get Mr. Outsuki to cooperate with us.
So for now, we'll let your egregious behavior slide. Normally, I'd have to execute you for this kind of stuff, you know? I'm so sorry, and I'm so grateful for your generosity and understanding.
I didn't mean that at all.
Still, I never would have guessed the cerebral glitch repair program could be used like that. Managed to fix Outsuki's defect. Successfully used the Dominic therapy on him, too. Sounds like Shizahara's handiwork more than yours, but it was still a brilliant idea.
You're the one who created the program, sir. I think you're the true brains here.
No, is that right? I mean, of course, only a 300 IQ genius like me could ever make such a thing.
Nigo, the thumb drive you gave Hiroko must have had a copy of the program on it, right? I never made any copies.
Me neither. So she lied about the serial killer timeline.
Actually, I don't recall giving Miss Hiroko any thumb drive in the first place.
Yeah, there was only ever one of those.
What does that mean?
On the night of day 16, Hiroko and I leapt to the killer zombie timeline. We had two goals back then. Preventing the death of Hiroko 2, and purging the Gi data from Takumi 2's brain. We succeeded in saving Hiroko 2, but failed to capture Takumi 2. I got cornered by him, fell out of the bathroom window, and got knocked unconscious. The next thing I knew, it was day 17. When I woke up back in my room in this timeline, Hiroko told me,
Treating Takumi 2. That's been taken care of too. I actually had 2 thumb drives. Nigo gave me an extra one as a spare. I gave it to Hiroko too. I revealed myself to her and explained everything. She injected Takumi too with anesthetic and used the repair program I'd given her to treat him.
could it be she lied to me? She never gave Hiroko 2 the thumb drive. Which would mean in that timeline, Takumi 2 is...
He's still infected with the Gi data.
I see. So Sira and Nigo exposed my secret. Well, it's true. I never gave Hiroko 2 a thumb drive.
What? But why would you lie to me?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you that.
Why the hell not? Do you have any idea what you've done? If we'd fixed Takumi 2, then... Eva wouldn't have had to die on day 25. And we could have prevented Moko's death on day 43.
Hiroko remained silent. Her face was screwed up slightly and she was staring at her feet.
Fine. If you can't tell me why, that's all there is to it. We only have 5 minutes until we can leap anyway. But if you really can't tell me, you have to let me choose the next timeline we leap to instead.
Where are you planning to go?
Isn't it obvious? The serial killer timeline. I'm going to erase the Gi data from Takumi 2's brain. If we don't do something, everyone except you will end up being killed. There's no other place for that timeline to go. Just more branches that end up with Takumi 2 murdering everyone.
So you want to create a new branching path?
Yes, we're going to create a timeline where nobody else has to get killed. A future where everyone who's left can live out a happy life.
What if I refuse to go with you?
I need that thumb drive of yours to fix Takumi 2. But there's only one, so...
Are you going to take it from me by force? Takumi, you promised me last night. You said we'd go to the coming-of-age timeline and find Darumi's livre mortis code. Remember what you said our top priority was? Making it to 10 a.m. on day 100 in this timeline together and happy. The surest way to do that is to find those 4 livre mortis codes and call the rescue craft. We'll have a greater chance of survival if we go to the artificial satellite. As a result, we'll finally be freed of this time loop. Hiruko's words helped me regain my composure a little. What she was saying made complete sense. The versions of our friends in this timeline are our top priority. And even if I did manage to fix the serial killer timeline's Takumi, it wouldn't erase the branch of that timeline where he never got cured. A timeline where Takumi 2 killed everyone would still exist somewhere in blood space. Knowing that, was there any point in fixing him? One rail would still be covered in flames no matter what I did. But then, I thought about what Hiruko had told me before.
Of course, one of them is still destined to burn in hellfire. There's no changing that. But it's better than if we'd never added that second line at all. At least this gives the passengers a 1 in 2 chance at happiness.
I sincerely apologize for lying. I was obviously in the wrong. In spite of everything I just said, I'll let you make the final decision. You lead, I'll follow. I'll keep my mouth shut and cooperate with whatever you want to do. I thought about it. Should we go to the coming-of-age timeline to find Darumi's livor mortis code? Or should we go to the serial killer timeline to fix Takumi 2? After a lot of agonizing, I came to a conclusion. Steady Fundamental forked quite a while ago. Kiss Hiruko is where this path forked. But we're gonna go to the coming-of-age timeline. So like we said, our top priority is making sure everyone here is happy and healthy. We need to make sure everyone here stays safe, so we can get out of the time loop. I've decided. I think you might be right. So we're going to the coming-of-age timeline. I nodded listlessly. This doesn't mean I don't feel anything for everyone in the serial killer timeline. But what matters to me most is everyone here in this one. You don't have to explain. I know how much it pained you to make this choice. Takumi, this is the right choice. We won't regret it. No, I won't let it cause us any regret. Hiruko placed her hand on my shoulder, and I felt some of the tension in my chest ease up. "7:40 p.m. It's been 10 minutes since the leap window opened. In order to regain the time we lost, we speedily put on our leap suits and configured the machine. And then...
No.
Here we go. Alright. We've made it to the school, but we can't afford to linger.
Huh?
Why not? We have until 11:10 p.m. That's plenty of... Have you forgotten what we came here to do? Look at the code on Darumi's back, right? Yes, on her dead body. And what do you think that body is? I don't remember anything about this timeline. You should still know. Darumi was killed in the battle against Veshness on day 9. That day is the start of this timeline in the Box of Calamity timeline. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us buried her. Now that you remember, you know what we have to do. Well, it's time to dig up Darumi's body.
We're going to dig up her grave.
Do we have any other option? That's why I said we couldn't linger.
But...
I understand your reservation. I don't want to do this either, but our hands are tied. We have to do this if we want to go to the artificial satellite.
Okay.
Grabbed a nearby shovel, shut my eyes tightly, and drove it into the ground. Hiruko and I started to dig in silence. With each shovel full of dirt, there was a searing ache in my chest. Eventually, we saw Darumi's body in the dirt. She was drained of her cryptoglobin, leaving nothing behind but a blackened mummy. It was tragic to look at. My heart felt like it was about to burst. I averted my eyes.
We have to do this. She fought valiantly to protect all of us in this timeline. Her body is the embodiment of all of the nobility and sacredness of that act. It would be rude of us to look away.
It's late at night. They're sleeping, probably. I bit my lip and gave a small nod, looking back down at Darumi.
I'm sorry, Darumi. I'm going to have to move you a little. We're doing this so you can live on elsewhere. So please, forgive us.
Hiroko apologized as she lifted up the body and turned it around. On the back was a single number.
Does that say 5?
Seems so.
We carefully restored Darumi's grave.
Thank you, Darumi.
Please, rest in peace.
We pressed our palms together as we said goodbye to her, then quietly took our leave. Yeah, like I said, it's positioned higher up than where Veshna struck her.
Get ready, prepared, be ready to get...
I made my way to the cafeteria for breakfast. When I got there, I saw everyone but Sire and Nigo. Takumi, how many times is this now, man? Yeah, would you kindly stop disappearing all of a sudden, Captain? We went over this last night, didn't we? Takumi went to the city ruins to destroy some enemy recon devices. Isn't that right? Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure why Eito was covering for me, but I decided I'd better just go with the flow. Hiroko, you went off exploring and never came back. What were you up to? Well, You met up with Takumi in the city, right? Then you finished the mission together. Yes, exactly. Mr. Sumino, at least say something before you take off. Yeah, we would have helped you destroy those devices. There weren't that many of them, so there was no need for us to send a huge group. I think Takumi was just trying to be considerate when he decided to go alone. He didn't want to ruin our plans for the Hump Day party. That's why he did it. But in the end, the Hump Day party was cancelled. Huh? You and Hiroko were gone. There was no point in doing it without you. I see. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. No, you had something to deal with, although I guess you don't need forgiveness from this degenerate trash heap. But I'm seething. If you want my forgiveness, you'll have to play Russian roulette with me. Hearing Darumi say that brought tears to my eyes. It reminded me of her as I saw her last night. And here she was, right in front of me alive. I couldn't stop the emotions from surging inside me as I thought about it. Hey, don't look at me like that. It's not good for my mental state. Okay, then let us all enjoy some Russian roulette. Eva, do you know what Russian roulette is? Yes, of course. Miss Kawana can just soup up the wheel so it goes full tilt. Mesdames and messieurs, place your bets. Oh, for the love of murder. Oh, Eva. Thanks to Eito's cover story, Hiroko and I weren't questioned any further. Everyone ate breakfast together and left the cafeteria. The only ones left behind were Hiroko, Eito, and myself. Sorry about that, Eito. Thanks for the help. Yes, thanks to you, we somehow managed to explain our way out of things. Boy, that story. Takumi, you vanished right before the Hump Day party, right? I thought if I didn't say anything, everyone would get upset and go looking for you. Then your clandestine activities would be interrupted. So I said what I said to appease everybody. Did you know what we were doing last night? Nothing specific. I had a vague notion you might be leaping to another timeline, though. I told Eito about the parallel leaping, by the way. Oh, right, I know all about your little secret. I know better than anyone that your objective is to keep everyone alive. So that's why you covered for us. I told you before, right? I'll do everything it takes to regain your trust. That's why I came up with that story. Aw. It's nice seeing good guy Eito. I left Hiroko and Eito and returned to my room. Then I started my usual rounds. Guarantee that if we go to bond with Eito, he's just gonna be regular Eito again. You know who I want to bond with that we haven't bonded with yet? Actually, no, I should probably finish someone else off first. We have Darumi at 3. I'll bond with Darumi. Then after Darumi, I want to start hanging out with Kako. I actually hit L and get to the rec room. For some reason, I always hit R to cycle through the maps. Even though it just takes me the wrong way.
How do you know?
That'd be something.
Huh?
I had a feeling you were here. We don't need to arrange meetings anymore, do we? If we have something to talk about, we can just come here. Does that sound good? I nodded. By the way, have you looked at your device yet? Not yet. What? You don't care when we'll get our next Livor Mortis code? Not really. It's just... not really. It's just... Then look now. You'll be surprised. I pulled out the device and looked at the screen. I saw the numbers on the display and... Are you serious? 12:05 to 12:35 a.m. On day 74? Yes, that's the next time the blood space waves will surge. That's more than 20 days from now. That's right. The Livor Mortis codes we know right now are Tsubasa 2, 808 Maruko, not even calling him Gaku, Maruko 0, Kako 9, Shoma 3, and as we saw last night, Darumi 5. That's a total of 6. But we need 9 codes in all. So we need to wait until day 74 until we can go find the other 3? Unfortunately, you're still not quite right. It's likely impossible we'll be able to get any on day 74. I mean, yeah, you only have, what, 30 minutes? We only have 30 minutes to leap on that day. It takes longer than that to get from the lab to the school, even if we sprint. It's just not possible. Hiroko nodded with a deep sigh.
Huh?
When do the blood space waves increase after that? That's not on the device yet, so we have no idea. Well, shit. Either way, our goal stays the same. We need to get to the artificial satellite as soon as possible. Whether that ends up happening on day 80 or day 90. Well, even if we leave with only 10 days left, it beats being stuck here. Maybe. Then let's stay focused, Takumi. For now, we continue with our school routine as usual until day 74. Things will be fine. Don't worry about the defensive battles. We know exactly who will attack us and when. At the very least, we can be sure no one's going to die permanently on the battlefield. Of course. Not going to let them. I'll protect them on the battlefield or anywhere else. Well said, Captain. I expect great things from you. The artificial satellite suspended in the night sky seemed just a bit further away than usual. But I couldn't let things get me down. I narrowed my eyes and cast a sharp gaze at the satellite and its cold glint. How far are we skipping ahead? Okay, day 56. For 4 days, I lived out my life at school like I always did, as per Hiroko's advice. I laughed and trained with everyone, sometimes got into arguments too, but we didn't experience any serious issues, and time ticked away in a relative peace. There was nothing we could do about the Livor Mortis codes until the blood space waves peaked again. I allowed myself to temporarily forget about that, and focused on living as normal a life as possible. Day 56 came to an end. Day 57 would soon be upon us, the day of the next enemy attack. Is everyone set? You've all drilled the details of your next foe into your heads, right? The commander's name is Zendaya, right? Okay, so we're doing this fight. Excuse me? Are you stupid or something? It's Zanzibar. You're both wrong. It's Zenta. And she has the ability to make copies of people. Moko had no idea what that ability did to her the first time I went through all this. I found myself almost slipping up and telling her, but stopped myself just in time. Sounds like a real pain in the ass. It's fine. We have nothing to worry about. This time, Zenta will show up with her factory settings, for lack of better words. The hell does that mean? Hiroko must have been trying to explain that Zenta would show up as herself rather than a copy of one of us. At any rate, I doubt she'll be more of a problem than any other commander. So long as we're careful not to get copied, we should still be able to win with ease. Or so Sirei and Nigo told me yesterday. Yes, exactly.
So true. She got it word for word. When's the enemy gonna be here again?
Right after a wake-up call.
Although we've disabled the announcement for today.
Oh, why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're all up early.
So there's really no sense in playing the announcement.
Nigo had barely finished speaking when it started.
Intruder alert. Defense.
I don't think I'll ever get used to this alarm.
You'll be fine. The Tsukumo twins are by your side.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out. No. Careful this time. Fucking. Okay. Man, look at everyone there on the left. It's nice to see.
I'm ready to go.
My turn.
Let's see what I want to do here.
Try and dodge this. I'm feeling weaker.
Where's Darone?
Here we go! Okay, okay! Go away! Totally wrecked!
Now then, to business. I'll chop you to pieces. Broken so soon.
Two arms!
Yes, leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
We better get moving.
I'll show you what's up.
I know what I'll do here. Gaku can actually be useful here. Take these guys out.
Let us begin. Banzai! Leave it to me. I've got you.
Here. Let's see. What are we doing here?
Hauling ass! Full throttle!
Here goes.
I guess I'm up.
Yeah, I'll do this, Ema.
This one will blow you away! Oh, I can't move anymore!
I think I'll wait over here on this side before I do anything.
Ready when you are.
I'm ready whenever.
Ato I can carry.
I'm taking the wheel. Watch out. Let's go. Take that. Fine. Get away from me. Here we go. Drop dead. Okay, your turn now.
Okay. Got this first wave mostly covered.
I guess it's my turn.
Ato does 5 with this. I'll have him do this.
Here we go.
Oh, actually, hold
Better
up.
get moving.
Oh, this just kills. Both of
You're
them.
in the way.
Yeah, good job, Ato.
All well and good.
There's only one Daramar there left, but who gives a shit? Still haven't done anything on this side at all.
I'm fully prepared.
I'm good to go. Gotcha.
You saved me. Understood. Take this. Leave this to me. You're in the way. You're finished.
Here we go. There.
I'll let that play out. Yeah, this one is a lot of... I like this game a lot. It's very fun. Alright, Hudiko. Time for you to do...
Hardly a challenge.
that's actually really good for us, too.
I'll show you how it's done. Serves you right.
Just ring that bell.
That side's cleaned up.
Leave it to me. How's this?
That side's cleaned up.
I'm ready to go. Here goes.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
I'll do that.
How's this? You'll have to take it from here.
I can't wait.
Yagami should be able to kill this guy now. Yep.
This may hurt. You make a lovely corpse.
Rev it up!
So what I'm gonna do now.
Good to go. Harder.
Attack boost.
Let's give it to him! Hauling ass! Let her rip! Knocked it out of the park!
that and the Turbilla are the only enemies left. Oh, I don't even turn here. Kako's stunned. Everyone can't do anything about that guy, but we can do something about
Say
this
when.
guy. Oh, right.
Take this! Got it!
I forgot I had the attack boost since Hiroko died.
Let's get to the killing.
Let's do this! Setting it up! Rev it up! Eat this! Can't move!
Oh, that stuns you.
Okay. Out of the way, pest!
Oh, we got the 300.
They
Nice.
won't get us next time.
That's one problem dealt with.
Now we just have to defeat their commander, Zendaya.
I told you, it's Zanzibar!
It's Zenta!
Never mind her name. We must simply kill her.
Here we go!
Alright. Zenta. No stun and has flight. That's pretty much it. Cool.
Good to go!
Well, get Azure Blitz, idiot.
Take care of the rest.
I've got your back.
Thank you very much.
I've got this. One last strike!
Alright. Who? You know, I immediately go over here. I know who I'm going to kill off. Sorry, Eito. It's just funny.
My body. No way forward but through. Carry on without me, everyone.
Let's see, who over here? I can do Mocha. That won't really get me too much AP. I mean, not that I really need the AP.
Here goes.
Leave it to me.
Kako.
Full throttle!
I can't wait.
Oh,
Let's get
Yugamu's
to the
would be
killing.
good.
This'll do. I never thought they'd be this good. I'll kill them all.
I used the wrong one. There we go. There it happened. Happy? Alright, fine, we'll use Eva's.
I'll use this. I can still move.
I get some damage off on the boss, too.
I'll do whatever I can to help. I have to fall back.
Time for action.
Okay, that's enough for us to win now.
All good.
Thanks.
My turn. One last strike.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I don't need to, but I should still kill Gaku. Hey, Gaku, buddy.
Here you go. This is bad, right?
For no reason. I don't need to, but I want to.
Pretty amazing. Huh?
Alright, thanks, Gaku. Anyway.
I'm prepped and ready. I'll help.
Let's do this.
So what are we at now? We're at 22 on this?
One last strike.
It can't be over already.
Yay.
I am Zenta, the paragon of harmony. Even if my flesh is destroyed here, my soul shall live on eternally, and it will destroy you all.
Those final words, something strange happens to Zenta's body. Yeah, she self-destructed. There we go. It splintered all over and burst into tiny pieces, disappearing in a plume of smoke.
What was that? Did she self-destruct? I think she did.
That bitch couldn't fight for shit.
Yeah, she really couldn't.
Yeah, she wasn't worth getting sick over.
Damn.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Exactly! We managed to defeat her!
Everyone nodded in sync, though they all seemed dumbfounded by the abrupt end to the battle.
By the way, how did you like my moves, everyone?
I saw signs of effort, but it was nothing to write home about.
Eva?
Ava, why are you so hard on me?
Because you irritate me.
Cut right to the bone with that one.
Anyway, since we've won our fight, why don't we do our thing?
Oh, you're not usually so eager, Shoma.
Sorry. I went and opened my gaping sewer hole of a mouth.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, snap out of it, Takumi. That's your cue.
Oh, right. Ready? Go!
Special Defense Unit, best in the world, indestructible and undefeated. Never lose, never yield. Special Defense Unit, fight on!
And so ended our defensive battle. The next attack would be on day 63. We'd be fine if we could just keep this up. We had nothing to worry about. We patted each other on the shoulders and returned to the school with a spring in our steps. We're just going ahead to 63 now? Alright then. Another 4 days passed quietly like the calm after a storm. Nothing exciting happened. If I had to mention something, I guess it would be that the spice blend in Kurata's curry was extra hot. It upset Shoma's stomach, leading to a somewhat explosive situation. We had to do some thorough cleaning afterwards. Other than that, nothing of serious significance happened, and the days went by almost too peacefully. Great. I was honestly starting to forget about the Livor Mortis codes. If things kept going like this, there may not be no real reason to go looking for them after all. I got the feeling we might be able to manage the last 38 days without doing anything too special. As long as we kept holding strong against the enemy attacks, anyway. We were due for another battle soon, tomorrow on the morning of day 63. It's okay, things will turn out fine for us again. I reassured myself, crawled into bed, and fell asleep. Oh, is this all the information there is on the enemy? Yes, it doesn't seem like there will be any commander this time. So we're just going to fight a bunch of weaklings. That's right. Man, that's hardly even a real battle.
Nevertheless, it won't be without its challenges. Challenges? The cannon fodder they send this time. They talk. They'll scream for help or call for their mothers as they attack. That does sound, challenging. Huh? What's the big deal? Isn't it more fun to kill them when they're crying for their mommies? Yes, that is the greatest pleasure of all.
Oh, for the love of murder. There's something seriously wrong with you two.
You're one to talk. Shouldn't we just avoid listening to them? How do we do that?
Oh, we could yell over them. If we're all screaming, we'll drown them out. But what should we yell?
If we just make noises, we might still hear what they're saying.
Then why don't we yell the multiplication tables? Multiplication tables? No, Kyoshka doesn't know those. It's pretty basic math. We are at a school after all. That's a great idea. Let's give it a shot. Yes, truly an ingenious scheme. Just in her head, she's like, oh shit, what do I do? What do I do? I think I can tell where this is going. And then it happened.
Intruder alert. Defense mode.
Saved by the alarm, Kyoshka. Oh, man. Look who finally decided to show their ugly mugs. Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out. How dare they get in the way of Kyoshka's learning?
To fight! Help me!
It's true. I can hear them. I can hear them talking.
Ah, I cannot get enough of this. It's making me hot and bothered. I cannot
Eva.
believe I get to kill them while listening to their pathetic cries.
It feels amazing, doesn't it? Let's just ignore those two.
Everybody else, stick to the plan. Here goes. Starting with 2.
2 times 1 is 2.
Oh, they're doing it.
2 times 2 is 4.
2 times 3 is 6.
2 times 4 is 51.
Oh, Kyoshka.
I saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
Mommy, save me!
Oh, Kyoshka. Oh my god.
We finished with them before we were even done with 6.
We're not done yet. There's another wave.
Guess I'm gonna have to face the challenge of the 7 times table.
Gaku.
Gaku, don't tell me you can't do math either.
Shut up! 7 is easy peasy.
Anyway, just ignore what they're saying, guys. Here goes.
Not like this! No!
Yeah! Take that, you freaking small fry!
That was a piece of cake.
Oh, are we done already?
I kind of wish there were more.
Absolutely not. I've had quite enough of multiplication.
Yeah, we know.
If another wave shows up, we'll have to start multiplying double-digit numbers.
No. Please.
She sounds horrified.
Mercy!
And he does too. Everyone bursts into laughter.
Anyway, seeing as we won, right, it's time.
Take it away, Captain.
Got it. Ready? Go!
Special Defense Unit, best in the world, indestructible and undefeated. Never lose, never yield. Special Defense Unit, fight on!
37 days left. I felt sure that things were really going to work out. We just had to keep going. But unbeknownst to me, somewhere in the shadows, things were starting to come apart. Little by little, it would start to gnaw at us. Over the past 2 days, everyone had gotten less communicative. Whenever someone did speak up, it was to make fun of someone or make a cutting remark. It wasn't anything like our usual joking. There was no affection to it. It seemed like everyone just wanted to take out their frustrations on the people around them. I didn't know why it was happening, but we had been living together in the same place for over 65 days. It seemed natural enough that all the stress that had been building up might come out as resentment. Uh-oh. The matter of the Livor Mortis codes was still on hold. Hiroko and I hadn't decided which timeline we'd jump to on day 74. We'd only have 30 minutes anyway. We couldn't get to the school from the lab and back again in such a short time. Still, it felt like a waste to let one of our rare opportunities to leap slip by. That's why Hiroko and I were at a loss about what to do on that day. Today was day 66. We were about to pass the 2/3 mark. 1/3 of our time here was left. I hoped we wouldn't run into any serious issues, but things don't always work out. My expectations would be crushed the very next morning.
Get ready, prepared, be ready to give your...
I went to the cafeteria to get breakfast. As soon as I walked in, I heard screaming. Eito, I heard you were making something real loud with Tsubasa in the garage last night. Loud? Don't play dumb with me. Shoma saw you. It's true. It was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was wandering the school because I couldn't sleep when I saw both of them making something. Something that looked like a gun. A gun? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it. This is what I made. A beam gun that generates a special electromagnetic pulse. It's just a toy, though. It's harmless to the human body. Eito put the barrel to his temple and pulled the trigger. See? That was an interesting way to describe it. Harmless to the human body. And then what does it harm? It doesn't harm anything. It's really just a toy. Eito was teaching me about how the different parts come together. Oh, right. Tsubasa was the one who actually assembled it. I did a lot of reading while I was confined. That's where I learned how to make it. I just shared what I learned. Why would you waste your time on a silly little toy? Shh, keep it down. I don't want Siri and Ego to find out. That's even more suspicious. I believe you, Eito. You should always trust the shadiest character in a mystery. What do you know about mysteries? The mere fact you rely on assumptions about the genre shows what an amateur you are. Shut up, you nasty brat. I've played dozens of mystery adventure games. I've played them all to death. I'm going to have to stop you right there, Miss Amamiya. Nobody talks to my dear sister like that. Please, everyone, calm down. Eva, I'd appreciate if you kept your thoughts to yourself. You're a prisoner in case you forgot. That's not fair. Eva's our friend. Wow, aren't we blessed? Goody Two-Shoes has weighed in with another heroic opinion. Aren't you embarrassed? Your mask's the most embarrassing thing in the room. And it smells like poop. I was so sweet to you, traitor! Sheesh, man, this is the problem with girls.
Egad, unabashed sexism! Your old-timey gimmick is so lame. Who asked you to pipe up? You wanna go? Come and get it, loser! Shut up! All of you, knock it off! Hiroko shouted at the top of her lungs. The room immediately fell silent. I'll hold on to that beam gun of yours. Hiroko held out her hand and Eito gave her the gun. I'll be the one who decides if this is really just a toy. Everybody be quiet and behave until then. You guys aren't yourselves right now. Something is very wrong. Go back to your rooms and cool off. Understood? For the rest of the day, everyone did as they were told, shutting themselves in their rooms and never coming out. The sun set as we stayed inside. And when it was dark out, someone suddenly opened my door. It was Hiroko. I have an update about the beam gun from this morning. I wondered if maybe it had some kind of switch somewhere that would enable and disable it. That's why I examined it, but there wasn't anything of the sort. Huh? So it really is just a toy? Eito was right that it was harmless to the human body, at least. You couldn't hurt anyone with this. I took the gun from Hiroko and looked it over. It felt solid and heavy. There was definitely something mechanical inside, but nothing happened when I pulled the trigger. All it did was play a tiny, cheap sound effect. So now we knew Eito and Tsubasa were telling the truth. But that's not the real issue here, is it? Yeah, the beam gun was only the catalyst. There's a ton of resentment building up inside of everyone, waiting to go off. This just happened to be the spark that started the fire. If you know that's the problem, why didn't you say anything this morning? It's your job to keep everyone calm and mediate between them. I guess so, but I'm sure everyone is just exhausted. We've spent 66 days living under serious pressure here. Whatever it is, something has to change. Our next defensive battle is day 72. We have to do something before then. Hiroko fell into deep thought. Her gaze wandered. Shortly after, she pushed her fingers through her long hair and looked straight at me. Takumi, this may sound harsh, but it's your fault things ended up this way too. You've acted a little too distant from everyone in this timeline. I'd know. I've done this loop 146 times. There were timelines where you were a lot more proactive at integrating with the group. In those timelines, the others admired you more than they do now. They never would have fought like they did today. Their captain was an anchor for them, and that strengthened their unity. That doesn't mean those timelines were perfect. We lost a lot of people in them. This isn't my first time saying it, but this timeline is a real miracle. Nobody's died, and Eva and Eito are on our side. You need to treasure this timeline. The experiences you have here, the time you get to spend here, ultimately that's what will lead to unity and harmony among the team. Hiroko quietly left my room. I couldn't move. She was right. There was no doubt about that. Her words weighed heavy on me, sinking into the pit of my stomach. But I couldn't just stand there and dwell on it. I already knew what I had to do. I think I know just the thing to fix this. I clenched my fist as I murmured, trying to encourage myself.
Get ready, prepare, just be ready to give your...
Eito and Tsubasa were telling the truth. The beam gun is just a toy. I had everyone pass the gun around. They each had a turn to inspect it, nodding when they were done. But Eito, what did you even want this for? There was a picture of this beam gun in one of the books I read while I was locked up. I found the shape and design appealing. That's all. Anyway, now that we know, I'm going to give this back to Tsubasa. Me? You're the one who made it, right? I can give it back to Eito, but I think it would put everyone on edge. After a moment of hesitation, Tsubasa slowly reached out and took the gun. Sheesh, everybody's still suspicious of me, huh? That's not it. Everyone's just kind of unbalanced right now. Little things of them jumping at shadows. That's going to end today. Let's wash all these feelings of tension away and leave them behind for good. Wash them away? Huh? How?
Oh, right, party in the leisure lounge. Goodness, is this one of those night pools I've heard so much about? Young women and men go wild together in the pool at night, colorful lights everywhere. We're having an evening of debauchery and hedonism, aren't we? It's not at nighttime, and it's not any of that other stuff either, but sure.
Are you serious? This is like so crazy. Takumi, did you do all this?
Well, I had a little help. From me. It's our fault the hump day party got canceled, right?
So in a way, this is an apology for that.
And don't worry about swimsuits. We made sure to get them for all of you. Hold on a minute.
Are we going to swim here?
I told you, we need to wash all the negativity away. You meant that literally?
Takumi, this is the dream. You know exactly what the people want. You mean what you want? But what about Sirei and Nigo? Of course I got their permission.
If things stay as tense as they have been, it will hinder the mission. I can't have that. So you get special permission.
Everybody needs a break sometimes. But don't forget to keep it in your pants.
Thanks, Nigo.
Kyoshika, that also means you need to keep your pants on. I would never expose myself at the pool.
Oh, for the love of murder. Although everyone griped and complained, they ended up changing into the swimsuits we brought for them. And so began our Paradise Pool Palooza. Oh, look at Darumi's too. Oh yeah, because Darumi, Kyoshika, they weren't here last time we did this. I had a feeling all the complaining was just to cover up how embarrassed everyone felt. It took less than 5 seconds in the water for them to start shouting in excitement. Pretty soon they all had playful smiles on their faces. Everyone forgot themselves in childlike wonder, playing like kids. I was right there with them. I joined conversations without hesitation and went crazy and wild with them. All that strain and tension vanished in an instant. Everyone's faces looked so earnestly bright and happy, with droplets of water flying through the air. I memorized every last detail of the scene. I took in every passing moment and seared it into my brain. Oh, I noticed Eito back there too, with Yukumo. So I guess the four of them are just playing volleyball. I never wanted to forget them. I never wanted to lose them. I could hear splashes of water all around me. Then everyone's joyous laughter echoed in the pool, drowning out the sound of water. Also, man, Eito had some definition on him.
Troop, get ready in celebration. Yeah! Let's kill the shit out.
Huh? We're going to do what we did yesterday all over again today?
Well, the plan's a little different.
Oh? Oh, the festival now.
What is this? Could it be a festival? I've heard of these. Young men and women go crazy, chanting as they dance wild and free around a watchtower. It's a gathering of wild abandon, artistic expression to release pent-up desires, isn't it?
Absolutely not. You're right about being a festival, though.
Wow, this is amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, right, you've never been to a festival before. That's right, I'm so touched. Takumi and Hiroko, did you do all of this? I only did about a quarter of the work. The rest was all Takumi.
Takumi, you look like crap with all those dark circles around your eyes. I was up all night working on this. You're crazy, man. I thought the pool yesterday was cool, but this is peak. I felt mixed emotions hearing Gaku's compliments. I set this whole thing up based on what Gaku did in my timeline, after all.
I'm not so hot on festivals, personally. But they worked so hard to please us. It would be a waste not to enjoy yourself.
She's right, Darumi. Don't think of it as just a festival. Think of it as a dark carnival.
Well, why did you say so? Now I'm feeling it. Whoop whoop. Okay, sure. Whatever that means. Anyway, let's have a blast together, guys. But what's with this music? It's ridiculously out of place. Just then, Sirei and Nigo showed up. I was trying to do a rock vibe today, and you went and set up this folksy thing instead. Couldn't you have made it more like a modern music festival? I can see you putting a lot of effort, though. I'll give you what you want. Wait just 1 second. The two of them disappeared. Some time passed, and then... Yeah, this is more like it. This is the kind of song you need for a festival. Then let's get this party started. Everybody cut loose and have fun. So began our fabulous, frolicsome festival fiesta. The festival was alive with activity. The air was filled with the sounds of happy chatter all around me. Fucking Dotomi sitting down in the corner there. Everywhere I looked, I saw radiant smiles. I don't think Dotomi is smiling. There wasn't the slightest hint of gloom on those happy faces. Again, may I direct your attention to Dotomi over there sitting by the tower? Halfway through the festivities, Kurata started cooking. She made the Osazuki family's special curry recipe, handed down through the generations. It was so popular we had to line up for it, and before long we'd eaten every last drop. After we were done eating, it was Gaku's turn to entertain us. Gaku climbed to the top of the tower, got on the DJ equipment, and shows his skills on the turntable. The rest of us danced to the rhythm, wild and free. We went crazy, chanting and singing. We spun and flew, sweating so hard we practically melted away. And we continued to dance around the watchtower all night long. I think they are, and that's how we're gonna see Dalsha again. I get the feeling, because doesn't he show up on day 71? When I woke up, the sky was already dusky. I must have reached my limit after staying up all night and partying for 2 days straight. I left my room and got ready for the day. By the time I was done, it was completely dark, almost time for dinner. I hurried to the cafeteria and announced my plan for the evening to everyone. What? You have to be kidding! We're all going to the rooftop for fireworks? Yup, sparklers, Roman candles, aerial fireworks. I've got them all in my room. But Takumi, don't people usually space out these kinds of events? Yeah, you gotta be out of your mind to go 3 days in a row. Don't listen to him, bro. I'm all for it. Honestly, the pool and festival weren't quite enough for me anyway. As a broke bum like you have such a taste for parties. Did you say something? Well, if it's what our captain wants. I suppose we have no real reason to refuse. We're seriously doing this?
Hot damn.
If you're going to twist my arm, I guess. Despite their complaining, the smiles on their faces betrayed their true feelings. Then it's on. Yeah, at least not in the courtyard. Sirei and Nigo, what are you doing here? Need adult supervision to play with fire. We are just here as chaperones. Oh, for the love of murder. You've made us do a lot worse than light some fireworks. I bet they're just being coy. You actually wanted to join us, didn't you? At the pool and the festival. Absolutely not. Not at all, not at all. Okay, then you guys can hang tonight. Let's lose our freaking minds. Nigo looks happy. Doesn't it feel like something's missing? Are you talking about my mask? You are, aren't you? I just can't see the fireworks with it on, that's all. That's why I left it in my room. I'm so embarrassed, don't look. Kanata, you don't have to wear that mask. You're only saying that because you think it stinks, right? Like poop, right? No, that's not it. I just think it's a waste of a very cute face, personally. Huh? Kurata froze at a loss for words. Her face was red as a ripe tomato. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I wasn't talking about Kurata's mask. Come to mention it, we are missing some people. 4 of them.
Hiroko, Moko, Ima, and Eva. Where the hell are they?
Everyone looked around. Just then, the missing 4 showed up. Sorry we're late. It took some time to explain what we were doing.
Explain?
We have a surprise guest for everyone tonight. He's all ready for us now. Introducing our special guest for the evening. Yeah, there's Shion. 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 Yo, Shion. Everyone called out his name in surprise. Huh? What's going on? Why does everyone know his name?
Oh.
We've met him plenty of times before. Yeah, well, you were busy trying to knock up Hiroko. Hey. In other words, while we were jumping to other timelines. Hey, that's not what we were doing. Anyway, that's how they know him. I only found out yesterday at the festival. I heard it from Moko, Ima, and Eva. We thought we should bring Shion to the festival since it was such a big event. The four of us left the gym to ask him to come, but come to think of it, the four of them had disappeared for a while the night before. Sirei and Nigo wouldn't allow me to come. And besides, I'm not a real Special Defense Unit member. I didn't want to get in the way of your fun. He tried to refuse again tonight. He was hesitant to come to this. But we managed to convince him, and now here he is.
You lot don't listen to a word I say. You're wasting his energy.
Just summoning an avatar like this uses up strength. Was this a bad idea after all?
Well, obviously. Obviously it's fine. Huh? Shion is as much a part of the Special Defense Unit as any of us. He's our 17th member. If he dies, we all die. If we die, he dies.
Hey!
Our destinies are intertwined. He's one of us, an important comrade. If you're going to disrespect one of our friends like that, well, you already know what I can do.
I sent a sharp glare towards Sirei and Nigo. The two of them were clearly rattled by it. Takumi.
Fine, if you're gonna go that far, you can have it your way. But just for tonight.
Be grateful for the Honorable Sirei's magnanimous treatment. Thank you both. And you too, Takumi. Sincerely. I nodded with a grin. Soon everyone else was smiling with me.
Aye, time to get this show on the road.
The fireworks are in your room, right, Takumi? Let's go get them. So began our Special Defense Unit Shining Fireworks Shindig. Aww. Every member of the team was there. Hiroko, Nozomi, Moko, Tsubasa, the Tsukumo twins, Gaku, Shoma, Takemaru, Kurata, Darumi, and Kyoshika. Even Yugumu was having a blast with everybody. We had our two commanding officers with us too. And Eva and Eito, who were once hostile to us, were joining in on the fun. Last but not least, there was Shion. 19, including me. All of us alive and well. We'd gone through so much hardship in the last 70 days, fighting to survive. This was a true miracle. I took it all in, reveling in the joy in my heart. Oh, Takemaru hanging out with the twins. Seeing them together always warms my heart a bit. He's like a big brother to them. A long time ago, someone once said that life and fireworks aren't all that different. For a brief moment, they shine brightly. Then they disappear into the dark. People struggle and strive to create a spark, all for that fleeting moment. That's what makes life so beautiful. Every word of what was said rang true to me. Who'd want to live forever? Being trapped in an infinite loop was a curse. I was going to break free. I was going to end this. I'd venture into the future that started from day 101 with all of my friends. I'd get older with the passage of time and eventually die. One day my firework would sizzle out. This was going to be the last time I lived through this war. I'd never experience these 100 days again. The thought made my heart swell. The instantaneous flash, the spark vanishing into the darkness, the flicker of the decaying embers were all breathtakingly beautiful.
Get prepared. Be ready to give your...
Our 3-day party binge finally ended yesterday. The next enemy attack would be tomorrow, day 72. We couldn't keep up the merriment forever. We needed to switch gears. Once I was done with my breakfast and back in my room, I headed back out to make my rounds. Alright, free time.
Alright. So I'm gonna keep giving presents to Darumi. Probably not. I mean, it's not like he meets her on every timeline or anything.
How do you know? I'm in despair. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm talking about adult games, by the way. Back in the day, they were so brutal. Even those who loved the hardcore stuff would be put off. But games like that have been discontinued and delisted, so you can't play them anymore. The public views people who love Aerogaze as loose cannons who can't wait to try those same things out in real life. We're so misunderstood. All I want to do is see pretty girls cry and put my character through a meat grinder. Believe it or not, some of these games even have fascinating stories and world settings. The larger the crime and the cost, the stronger the desire behind it. That's what the vice amply rewarded thought process of sadism is all about too. Want to step over into that world with me, Takumi? Let's dig out that brutal X-rated entertainment together. We'll explore a world dominated by as yet unknown pleasures.
You're something else, Darumi. Love her. I really am curious to see what Kodaka will end up doing, if he does end up doing the DLC. Because I'm pretty sure he will. But we'll have to see what happens with those, I guess. 'Cause I think, like, just how this game is structured, it lends itself perfectly to having DLC.
Make sure. Well then.
Just because, you know, with the infinite parallel universes, you can literally add anything, and it would make sense in context. I doubt I'll be getting much sleep, even though I'm totally wiped from all the partying. They say it's hard to sleep when you're overtired. Is that what this is? Well, no sense in just waiting around here. Maybe if I go out for a little walk, it'll make me sleepy. I convinced myself to leave my room. It was just then that I heard someone sniffling. Hiroko? I could see someone on the other side of the fence. It was Hiroko. Huh? Again? Something like this happened before, the night of day 9. At any rate, I couldn't very well leave her like that. I went closer, hopped the fence, and sat down beside her. I knew it. Behind the lenses of her glasses, Hiroko's eyes were wet with countless trails of tears running down her cheeks. She was holding something tightly in her left hand. It was the calico cat figure I'd given her on day 10. She hurriedly put it back in her pocket when she noticed me and removed her glasses to wipe away her tears. The silence continued. I stayed by her side, not saying anything. After a little while of sitting there like that, Hiroko finally spoke.
You're not going to ask questions today? Last time you charged right in without any delicacy or tact.
Hey, even a guy like me can learn from experience.
Do you remember what happened on day 9?
Yeah.
Hiroko raised her head and stared at the faraway flames, forlorn.
I had a dream on the night of day 8. And I had the same dream last night.
Oh?
It was day 101. Everybody was there. Everyone except me. I must have died somehow. I saw you there, Takumi. You were in my dream, so I'm positive you managed to break free from the loop. Or perhaps I should say, you will manage to break free. But I'm going to be trapped here. Forever.
Hiroko bit her lip and hung her head. I could tell she was fighting hard to keep from crying again. I spoke up before the tears had a chance to flow.
Come on, Hiruko. It was just a dream. It doesn't mean that really happened, or will happen. Think about it. If you were dead, how could you see everybody? It wouldn't make sense if I was the only one to break free from the loop. We need everyone from the Special Defense Unit to survive in order to escape it. That includes you. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to worry. It was just a bad dream. It's going to be okay. You're not going to die, no matter what happens, because I'm going to protect you. That's a promise, okay? Remember what I said before? I promised we'd both get out of this. That I'd build us a future where everyone can be happy.
Takumi.
A refreshing evening breeze blew. Every time Hiruko's hair moved in the wind, I caught a familiar scent. The smell of lavender. Enveloped in that sweet fragrance, I sat there and waited for her to respond. Eventually, the trails of tears had all but dried from her cheeks. Looking much more like her usual self, she gave a little smile and spoke.
You're right. It's not like me to be so bothered by a dream. Maybe I was just feeling nervous because we're getting closer to day 100.
I nodded.
Forget about all that for now. I've had an idea.
An idea?
Our next opportunity to jump is day 74. From 12:05 a.m. to 12:35 a.m. You remember, right?
Right.
Yeah?
I'm going to do something. Here.
Hiruko pulled a coin out of her pocket.
I'm going to toss this coin. And you're going to call heads or tails. Heads is the sun. Tails is the crescent moon.
What happens if I get it right?
How about we go explore the ruins together the day after tomorrow, on day 73?
Why then?
We have a battle tomorrow. They'll come in the morning, but we'll be too tired afterwards.
And if I get it wrong?
Then we won't go. We'll just sit around and do nothing that day.
I was confused.
Why are we going out exploring if I get it right? Are you trying to indirectly ask me out?
Don't be so stupid. That's not it at all.
Well, I don't really get it, but this coin flip is related to leaping in timelines somehow, right?
Yes, I'll explain everything later.
Why later? Tell me now.
No more questions. Just call it.
Hiruko flipped the coin. It tumbled through the air, landing on the back of her left hand. She quickly covered it with her other hand, hiding it from my sight.
What's your guess? Heads or tails?
It was such a pointless question that it felt silly to think about it too seriously. Even if I was wrong, all it meant was that I wouldn't spend the day outside with Hiruko. There was no real risk involved. But I felt a strange stirring in my chest. Was there a fateful choice hiding behind this light-hearted pretense? Was something unforeseen creeping closer? I couldn't help but worry. Instantly, I was conflicted. Logically, there was no real right answer, and yet I couldn't just choose blindly. 2 more timelines would be created based on what I decided here.
Hello? Takumi, what's your answer?
At Hiruko's urging, I steeled my resolve and gave her my answer. So we're going to call the coin toss as heads.
Heads.
I gave my decision with confidence, and Hiruko moved her hand to reveal what was underneath. a sun symbol, which meant
I did it.
Nice job.
Hiroko is absolutely beaming.
What are you so happy about? Excited to go on a date with me?
It's not a date. We're just exploring ruins.
Sure, whatever you say.
It's funny to see it happen the other way around.
Honestly.
I'd never seen Hiroko like this before. I wasn't sure why, but it made me feel warm inside.
Anyway, tomorrow's the defensive battle, so I'm going to get some sleep. See you around.
With that, she climbed over the fence and left. I was left on my own, staring at the undying flames in the distance.
Hey! You said you were going to tell me everything!
I spent the night without ever finding out what the coin toss had to do with our next leap, or about Hiroko's real intentions behind our potential non-date. It's all cannon fodder again? Do you want me to write and ask them to send a commander? That's not what I meant.
Oh.
Excluding Vashnes, there's only one left. Dal Shah. But he won't show up until day 87. I mean, according to Cirei and Nico.
Yeah.
Indeed. That's exactly what we told her. Must I endure the torment of multiplicity tables again? We're graduating to two-digit numbers, remember? No. I'll die a dishonorable death before the enemy even gets to me. There's no real reason to do that again this time, right? I'm already used to weaklings talking. Oh, I'm referring to those other than myself, of course. Personally, I love it. We get to murder losers begging for their mommies to come save them. Truly wonderful. The mere idea gets my motor running. Alright, let's get these two wackos do their freaky thing. Let's these two wackos do their freaky thing while the rest of us just ignore the voices. Yeah, this'll be a cakewalk if we work together. After all those parties, we're a closer-knit team than ever. Let's show them how much stronger the Special Defense Unit is now. Huh? What are you making that face for, Nozomi? Oh, well, I was just touched that we get to fight together again, all 16 of us. This is the 4th time we've done it. I know, but how to put it? I don't really know why, honestly, but it just warms my heart. Nozomi wiped the corner of her eye, immediately after the alarm sounded.
Intruder alert. Defense mode.
Okay guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
Not like this!
I don't want to fight!
Skip again.
usually do.
Not even a little?
I tried dry heaving, but I just coughed up an old scrap of food.
Great, Tsubasa.
Ew, you puked in your mouth!
Lady Ava, I'm having the time of my life!
Verily, Lady Daru.
These two seem to be getting along.
Hey, that's my thing. Don't steal my gimmick.
Yoshika.
You guys wanna quit the chit chat?
Yeah, it looks like the next wave of enemies are here.
Then we take them out too.
Help me!
No! Wait! Is that really it?
What a letdown.
That was almost too easy.
I almost passed out from boredom.
Nozomi?
What are you crying about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about me. I just got overwhelmed all of a sudden.
Well, seeing as we won and all.
Wanna do the thing?
I nodded.
All right. Ready? And go!
Special Defense Unit! Best in the world! Indestructible and undefeated!
Well, you know, I'm kind of wondering, since we know Dalsha is coming on day 87, and we have the information about him, are we just going to fight him on day 87 and not have the refight later?
Never lose! Never yield! Special Defense Unit, fight on!
There was nothing to be afraid of. The path ahead looked as bright as the clear blue sky above. Everyone was smiling from ear to ear. That moment I could believe we were truly invincible.
Band of troops, get prepared. Be ready to give your.
Well, they might be, because they do have advanced knowledge of him and his abilities. So they might be developing the poison already. I finished my breakfast and headed for the entrance hall to make good on my plans with Hiriko. Oh, how unusual. You're 10 minutes early.
Huh?
How early did you get here? Really looking forward to our date, huh? How many times do I have to tell you it's not a date? Say that again and I'll rip your hand off and gag you with it. Yeah, okay. So, where are we going to explore today? How about the mansion on the western outskirts? Mansion? You know, a big house, a manor, pronounced just like things you were apparently raised without. Manners, manor, you understand? I understand. It's just not funny. Zip it. Don't talk back, servant. I'm going. Hiriko went on ahead without me. Jeez. She's in a weird mood. Well, whatever. I murmured to myself and chased after her. Yeah, I think she does. Hiriko's quite cute. Alright, let me save so I can save scum. start. The place where we killed all those people in the hunt timeline, where we slaughtered a bunch of people for Tsubasa's sake. You know, while I'm over here, I might as well pick up this item. Again, what the hell not?
Quite a rare find.
Oh, nice. I'll go down because I don't want to do any battles. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a battle. Coming of age. They got the liver mortis code from Darame.
Ready whenever.
That was pretty much it.
I've got this. Let's
Wait,
do
hold
this. This should do it.
We'll tag potion.
Say when. Ha! All right.
My turn. How's this? Time to move. Out of my way. Ready whenever. Die. So unsatisfied.
Here we go. Take that! Let's do this! That's it! Good to go! Ha! Got it!
Time to move.
I've got this!
My turn. I'll chop you to pieces.
Yeah, that was pretty much all they did, so they didn't
Time
do
for
much.
battle. Out
There
of
we
my
go.
way. I'll take this.
Might as well just go this way.
I'll take this.
Oops.
Yes! What?
Okay.
We did it.
There we go.
I'll take this.
We're finally here.
Oh?
Okay, time to head back. Huh? I said time to go back. Turn up your hearing aid. But we just got here. We don't have any business in this place. Too bad there isn't a typewriter here so we can save. Nice. What? The whole point of this was just to go exploring. It didn't matter where we went or what we did. So it really was I was about to tell her it was exactly like a date, but I stopped myself just in time. Well, let's get going. Or if you're in the mood to hunt some zombies, I guess you can stay. We turned around and headed straight back to the school. I see Hiruko's a bit of a Resident Evil fan. We took our time returning to the school. As a result, it was already night when we made it back. 10 o'clock already. We can't afford to dawdle. We need to eat dinner and shower before we get out of here. Wait, hold on. We're going somewhere else? Did you forget already? When is our next sleep window, Takumi? From 12:05 to 12:35 on day 74. Oh, so we're going to the lab. Right, only 4 hours left. No more pointless questions, if you don't mind. But we have 30 minutes. We only have 30 minutes. What can we possibly do in such a short time? No matter which timeline we jump to, we still only get 30 minutes. You called the coin toss the night before last night, remember? Yeah, I called heads and I was right, so we went out exploring today. But that means there's a timeline where you called tails. In other words, a timeline where you were wrong and we didn't go anywhere. That's where we're going tonight. To that timeline. But what for? The more people on our side, the better, right? 2 heads are better than 1 and 4 are better than 2. Don't tell me. Oh, you'd better believe it. We're going to go see ourselves in the wrong guest timeline? Hiruko nodded and continued. Let's call the versions of ourselves in that timeline Takumi 5 and Hiruko 5. They should be waiting for us to arrive right now. If your answer was right, we'd jump timelines. If you were wrong, we'd wait. That's the decision I made before I even tossed the coin. What do we do when we meet them? I assume you haven't given up on using the distress signal transmitter. Of course not. Chances of everyone's survival goes up if we can get to the satellite even 1 day earlier. Don't you think it would be more efficient if we split into 2 teams to find out the Livor Mortis codes? The teams can meet up later and share the codes they've learned. We only have 3 left, so yeah, if we can make that work, we'll get them a lot faster. I see. It all makes sense now. In essence, you did this deliberately so that history would branch off, right? I need to make something happen in this timeline that was completely opposite to what happened in that one. So that's why we went on a date today. Takumi, your left hand, please. Why? So I can rip it off and shove it down your throat. Hiruko screamed at me, her cheeks flushed scarlet red. It was loud enough that I was worried it would bring the satellite crashing down. Now, the time 12:04 a.m. Hiruko and I had already put on our suits and configured the machine. This must be my millionth time mentioning this, but remember, we only have 30 minutes. I know that. We need to use that time to talk to Takumi 5 and Hiruko 5, right? Yes, so let's not waste time on idle chit-chat. Like what? I don't know, gossip about the weather maybe? Why would we do that? As I was complaining, the clock ticked over to 12:05 a.m. I slammed the red button and jumped onto the platform with Hiruko. Alright, let's go. Jumped to the wrong guest timeline. And immediately standing there was... Oh, you must be me and Hiruko from the right guest timeline. Yeah. You're right on time. Hold on, we're going to take these off. Isn't this plan a little overly complicated? I'm the one over here. Over where? I don't even know who I am anymore. It's me, Hiruko 1. Excuse me, I'm Hiruko 1. You're Hiruko 5. No, you're Hiruko 6. This whole thing's a mess. Put your leap suits back on.
Is this better? Yeah, I've seen your faces now. Let's just move on. We don't have time for this. Let's get down to business. We still need 3 livor mortis codes, right? Yes, the ones we haven't found yet are Takemaru's, Ima's, Takumi's, and mine. We only need to find 3 out of 4 of them. And the next time we can jump is in 5 days, from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. on day 79. So at that time we need to split into 2 groups and check a total of 3 livor mortis codes between us. The question is, which timeline does each team jump to? We started to investigate and narrowed it down to the 2 most efficient timelines. First up is the serial killer timeline. 6 of our team will be dead by day 79. Eito, Eva, Kurara, followed by Moko and Shoma, and lastly, Takemaru. I couldn't bring myself to say anything. There was a suffocating pain in my chest. Takumi 5 was probably feeling the same way. He was staring down at his feet somberly. After all, the person who killed those 6 people was... him. Me. Us. Don't tell me you're still stuck on that. Excluding Eito, it wasn't really you who killed them. It was inevitability caused by the Gi's possession. Haven't we been over this? We really need you to move on. I know. I know that, but... At any rate, Takemaru is one of the casualties in the serial killer timeline. If we jump there, we'll be able to get his livor mortis code. I didn't really want to do it, but I had no choice. Takumi 5 and I nodded silently. Our other destination is... the zombie timeline, right? Yeah, that seems like the most efficient one to visit. By day 79, 9 people are zombified. 5 of whom have been incinerated. The remaining zombies will be Moko, Kako, Ima, and Hiruko. But even if they're zombies, they're still fully dead. They'll have lost all their cryptoglobin, so the number should show up. If we go to that timeline, we'll see Ima and Hiruko. We can check both their codes. With Takumi 5 and my assertion, it is now the Hiruko's turn to appear displeased. You don't seem too happy about this plan. Of course not. What kind of person would be excited to go see their own zombified back? But we don't have any other choice. This is the only timeline where we can get both codes. The Hirokos looked at each other and let out a sigh, hanging their heads. We continued ironing out the details of our plan. Takumi 5 and Hiroko 5 from the wrong guest timeline would go to the serial killer timeline. Hiroko and I from the right guest timeline would go to the zombie timeline. We knew who was going to do what. Allow me to repeat. We leave on day 79. We'll have 3 hours. Not a ton of time to waste considering the trip to and from the school. We'll report the livor mortis codes to each other the next time the blood space waves surge. And after that, we'll all go back to our home timeline. To our home timelines. Yes, I think that would be best. We'll jump to your timeline when it's time to meet. Got it. We'll be waiting for you. In exchange, you better not show up empty-handed. I could ask the same of you. You'll pay if you screw this up. Excuse me? How dare you speak to me like that? Okay, girls, let's remain calm. It was past midnight by the time we were done. Our time was almost up. Hiroko and I hurriedly set the machine, hit the red button, and jumped onto the platform. Well then, we're counting on you. And we're counting on you. Don't let us down. Yeah, one of the Takumis is keeping the peace.
Get ready! Prepare to spend another. Be ready to give your lives.
I devoured an egg breakfast in the cafeteria and returned to my room, holding back yawns. Last night after Hiroko and I got back to our home timeline, I crawled into bed and immediately dozed off. We were going to talk about our jump on day 79 this evening, but since it was past 2 in the morning by the time we were back, I was still sleep deprived. My head felt kind of fuzzy. Try to shake off the fog in my brain. Okay, time to get going. Mumbling to myself, I started on my usual rounds. Trying to think of what I want to do here. You know, I think I'm going to end just slightly earlier today. And tomorrow, since we're doing a long stream for Saturday, we're definitely going to finish this tomorrow. And I think we'll get started on another route as well that I wanted to do after this, since we have way more time than I thought we would. Because I was thinking, man, we'd be lucky if we finished Steady Fundamentals by the time, by this time next week. Apparently I was wrong. We're going to finish this shit tomorrow. So we have a little bit of free time to mess around a bit. I don't think the one I plan on doing is terribly long, but we'll see how long it ends up being. But yeah, that'll be the plan for tomorrow. We'll finish up Study Fundamentals, move on to something else. Ugh. Alright, so I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye.